What's up, Facebook? Ty Crandall with Credit Suite here, and I'm really excited to join you today because today we are going to be talking a little more about building business credit. We're actually going to be talking about what you need to know to get set up with all three of the major business credit reporting agencies. So today we're going to be talking about Dun & Bradstreet. We're going to be talking about Experian Commercial. We're going to be talking about Equifax Commercial, and we're going to be talking about the steps you need to take to get set up with all three of these reporting agencies. Now, this becomes very important because when you're building business credit, when you're getting financing, the quality of your credit profile is going to determine a lot of stuff. Okay, Herman, what's up, man? Yeah, it's awesome. Credit Suite's changed your life, man. I appreciate that. Thank you very, very, very much. Look, your business credit quality and the quality of your reports will determine if you get financing or not. It'll determine the rates and terms you're going to pay, and it's going to determine how much money you're going to get for your business through credit cards, through loans, through credit lines, right? So our goal is to help you build well-established business credit profiles and scores that help get you a lot more money, because the more money you have, well, the easier it is to grow the business realistically. Okay, so today what I'm going to do is we're going to talk about the incredibly easy ways to set up credit profiles with each of these business credit reporting agencies. So let's dive in and talk a little bit more. So first of all, there's three main business credit reporting agencies. There's Dun & Bradstreet, there's Equifax, and there's Experian, and there's Equifax. And when we look at these three, Experian's used most by credit issuers, Equifax is used a lot by lenders, and D&B is used a lot by everybody, including leasing companies and everywhere in between. Now, there is a fourth that we do talk about, which is called Credit Safe. Now, Credit Safe is huge overseas, like in areas like the UK, and they're making a big presence here in the United States. So we're starting to do more with Credit Safe because what we're finding is that more lenders and credit issuers are starting to use Credit Safe. So you're going to need to be aware and conscious of that and start building credit with Credit Safe as well. You're still not going to see me reference them as one of the biggest, but I'll tell you they're an up-and-comer. So Credit Safe is one of the other ones that you're going to address and start building with as well. But these are the three main reporting agencies you're going to want to focus on. Now, you're able to go to this website, creditsuite.com/reports, or reporting. Actually, I'm going to give you something with this to get, anyways, I'll give you another link here later, as a matter of fact, because I'm not sure if this is the link that I want to give you. So you're going to be able to search for DUNS number, BIN number, everything, and it's actually at creditsuite.com/reports. I'm not sure if reporting works. So let's talk about this. We're going to look at every one of these reporting agencies, each of the three, and talk about how you need to get set up with them. So D&B uses a service called iUpdate, and if you can go to iupdate.dnb.com, or you can just go to dnb.com for this. Now, what you're basically going to do is you're going to start by going, and this is a little bit messed up because I think I wrote this down. It should be creditsuite.com/reports, REPORTS, no ING. If you go to creditsuite.com/reports, you're then able to do a free check here with Dun & Bradstreet, okay? So you're going to do a check, click on the Dun & Bradstreet logo, see if a record pulls up, and if so, then you're probably going to want to get. So here, I'm going to show you what this looks like on the internet. I'm going to pull up Google and show you exactly how this works. So you're going to go to creditsuite.com/reports, right? And what we're looking for here is we're just looking to do a free check to see if D&B knows we exist. It's the first step. Does D&B know we exist? So we go to creditsuite.com/reports, we scroll down, we see our logos, right? So we're going to click on D&B, and this helps you start the process. Now, the goal here is that you're able to come in and simply search your business. Now, when you search your business, one of things is going to happen, okay? So what's going to happen is they're either going to pull up a record or they're not going to pull up a record, and this is just going to help you clearly see if you have a record with them right now, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and hit search now. Oops, I didn't put the state. Now, you need to know that anybody can get your business credit reports with only these two pieces of information, your name and the state that you're in. If somebody has those two things, they can actually access your own business credit report. So you should know about that. And then you can see right here that the company comes up. So what you're looking for, you can see Credit Suite and our company comes up. Looking for ultimately here, you need to do a free search, creditsuite.com/reports, go click on D&B, do a search, and you just saw a record pulled up for me. So if that happens, there's two outcomes here. A record pulls up or a record doesn't pull up. Now, if you get a record, well, then you probably want to pull your Dun & Bradstreet credit report. You can go to creditsuite.com/monitoring and get Dun & Bradstreet and Experian for only $24. Do not do this unless something pulls up. If nothing pulls up, there's nothing to monitor. But if you pull up a record like you just saw me do, then you want to go ahead and get credit monitoring to see what's on there, right? You need to get that report. You need to get the scores. The next thing you want to do is you want to see if there's any derogatory, inaccurate items that are on there, and you want to dispute those negatives. You don't want to start building good business credit on damaged business credit. So if you see negatives, you want to get that disputed, okay? And then again, what you also want to do is you want to just monitor those reports at creditsuite.com/monitoring if anything's on there, or if you're adding new accounts you're expecting to get on there, okay? Look, monitoring is worthless unless there's stuff that's on your report that you don't know about that you need to know. Or the second reason is it also makes a lot of sense is if you're trying to monitor new accounts getting on your credit report. But if you're not adding new accounts, there's no reason to monitor. If there's nothing on your business credit reports right now, there's nothing to monitor either. So the key here is to wait till accounts report, or if you know things are already on there, see what's on there. Now the next thing you're going to want to do following that same link at creditsuite.com/reports, you want to get this DUNS number. Okay, the DUNS number here is a 9-digit number that's used to identify your business in Dun & Bradstreet's database. This is a worldwide number. The United Nations uses your DUNS number, the United States government, Australian government, everybody uses this DUNS number as a way to identify your business worldwide, okay? Unlike an EIN that's just using the United States. Your DUNS number is 100% free to get, but D&B is going to try to upsell you. They're going to try to sell you on their credit builder program, $1,500 a year, like $200 a month. It's like a really big deal that you don't need. So if you don't want to be sold by Dun & Bradstreet, don't pick up their phone and don't respond to their email. I promise you. If D&B calls or emails you, it's for one reason and one reason only, to sell you crap you don't need. If you like to be sold crap you don't need by really good salesmen, take their call. Call them back. If you don't like to buy crap you don't need from people that are really good salesmen, don't call D&B back, because all they're going to try to do is sell you on a bunch of crap you don't need. I promise you. Okay, so good to join. Reginald, man, thanks for coming in. I'm excited you're here. So again, you're going to get this DUNS number next. You're going to need a DUNS number and 3 accounts reporting to Dun & Bradstreet to get a Paydex score. And again, I gave you a quick link here, creditsuite.com/DUNS. You can easily get that. Now, if you're getting your DUNS number, it takes 1 to 2 weeks. If you're a government contractor, they'll give you that option. Could take about 30 days if you're not a government contractor, just so you can keep in mind. So this is a very important hint that you need to remember. 3 trade lines and the DUNS number to be able to get a Paydex Dun & Bradstreet. Paydex is the #1 credit score used in the business world. And I get hundreds of questions on this. And here's how it goes. Somebody goes, I got credit. It's reporting to D&B. D&B will not report it. That's because you don't have 3 accounts. D&B will never populate a report and a score for you unless you have 2 things. The DUNS number, which I just showed you how to get. And the second thing is you need to have at least 3 accounts reporting to them. The third account reports when you have a DUNS, boom, your profile and score is established. Also keep in mind, 100% of D&B's scores is based on how you pay. Okay, here's Dun & Bradstreet's credit score. So if you pay early, within the discount period, you get a 90 score. If you pay on time, you get an 80 score. If you pay 90 days late, then you get a 50 score. How you pay determines what that score is. So the key is that you've got to get credit that starts reporting to D&B, pay the bill as early as you can after the item ships, and that's going to help you get those 3 accounts and the DUNS number that you need to get set up with Dun & Bradstreet. So we're going to look at Experian. With Experian, what you're going to go ahead and do is this is important because they are really used for credit card approvals. They're the main source that's used for revolving credit approvals. So if you ever want to get credit cards for your business, building credit with Experian becomes really simple. Now you're going to go through their system called BizVerify to see if your business exists. Again, you're going to go to creditsuite.com/reports. Remember, it should be reports, not reporting. And then that will actually take you where you need to be. Same thing. What we're doing here is seeing if your business has information reporting, right? Okay. Well, again, I'm going to go ahead. I'll go back and show you. I'll go show you D&B. It's very similar to D&B. You do that free search at creditsuite.com/reports just to see if a record pulls up for you or not. I think I might show you this actual product here with Experian. So let's go ahead and show you how this works. So we're going to go to Experian right here, creditsuite.com/reports. Okay, we're going to go ahead and push on Experian. Now, again, with Experian, what we're going to do is we're going to come in and we're going to do this exact same business search. All I need to do is just enter the actual my company Credit Suite. Now, see how easy it is? I can even pull business report easily on any other company. Now, one of 3 results is going to occur. One of 3. Okay, you can see what happens. You see pricing here, but look at what you see above it. So what's going to happen here is you're going to see that there's an actual product right here that they know that we exist because they know our address, and we didn't tell them what the address was, okay? So typically, there used to be that if there's trade lines, they'll show you that as well. They've changed that up a little. So this is what it looks like. If something pulls up, your business pulls up, your address pulls up. Now what I know is I know Experian knows about me. And this means I need to pull an Experian report. If a result comes up, pull your report, and here's why. And I'll show you for the whiteboard. Okay, so if you have info, then you need to pull those reports. Here's why. Even with 0 trade lines, you're still going to be issued a low failing score. So their main scores in Telescore, you'll be issued a 27 to a 29 out of 100 score if you have anything reporting. Yeah, you heard me right. What happens is Experian gives you failing credit reports and failing credit scores, or failing credit scores, I should say, even when you have 0 credit. Here, I'm going to show you a real business credit report so you can see exactly how this thing looks. Okay, so let me go ahead and get down to 100% versus 175. All right, let's take a look. I'll show you how this works. So this is what a credit report looks like with absolutely no credit, but still issued a failing score. So here's the Experian credit report. Experian. You can see here a 28 score. Whenever I see these two things on a credit report, 28, 27, 28, or 29, 1,000 recommendation of credit, I know 100% that this business has no credit. Here's the worst part. This score depicts how risky you are for bankruptcy, how likely you are to claim bankruptcy. You're 6 out of 100. Okay, so let's look and see what this looks like on a scale. Here's your Paydex score, or here's your Intellis score. This is how you are risk, high risk, low risk, 28, pretty high risk. Okay, here's the financial stability score, which is designed to depict your business's risk of going BK, bankrupt, closing doors, ceasing operations. This score is a 6, about as high a risk as you can get. Look at the number 1 reason for it, lack of access to trades. Here's what's freaky. I'm going to scroll down, scroll down, scroll down. Can't scroll down anymore. There is no credit here. So if you look, it's all zeros because they have absolutely no accounts on the credit report. This is an empty credit report with failing scores, about as high a risk as you can get. That's nasty. So when you go to get loans and credit lines and credit cards, how likely do you think you're going to get approved when they have a 6 out of 100 score, the 6 indicating you're about to fail? This is why what happens is if you don't pull up a result, then what you need to do is you need to know, or what you need to do is see if something pulls up. If something pulls up for you, a search, you need to pull that report to see if you're in this bucket. Do you have failing scores even though you have no credit? It becomes very important because like I just showed you, this is a real business credit report where you're going to be issued as much of as low as a risk, as high of a risk score as you can. And again, this score predicts the likelihood of financial stability risk within the next 12 months. Okay, so this is basically your likelihood of going BK. You're about as high a risk as you can get, even when you have 0 credit, 0, none. I'm at the bottom of the report, 0 credit on the actual credit report. So what we've got to do is we've got to go to creditsuite.com/reports. We see if a result pulls up. If no result pulls up, then we're good. But if a result does pull up, we got to pull our reports. We can go to creditsuite.com/monitoring to do so. It's only $24 to get Experian and DMB. And then we can see if we have no credit or anything on there. Now, here's the great news. One account reporting changes everything. I'm going to show you what one account does to this. This is freaky. That's why I love business credit. Check this out. Because I'm going to take you from failing to excellent credit with one account added. Boom. Here we go. Here's about as high as you can go. Remember, 96 out of 100? This is much better, 55 out of 100. You're more financial stable, okay? So now you went to as low a risk as you can get. Remember where we were before about here? Now, here's what's interesting, too. Here's that financial stability score, the bankruptcy score. We jumped all the way from here to about midway now, so that's pretty good as well, okay? And we can also see, let me give you this. This shows you the jump. Person went from that 28 score I just showed you all the way up into the 90s, from failing to about as good as you can get. Here's where it gets interesting. Scroll down, scroll down, scroll down. Okay, I'm at the bottom of the report. So these are inquiries, right? We're going to go up. These are trade payments. Here's the trade payment history total. They have one account reporting. This is a Uline account. Packaging, it's Uline. They spent less than $100 and they spent less than $100 on Uline and took themselves. You see what happened? They just went from as low a score as you can get to as high a score by adding one account to the Experian profile. They went from 28 to a 96 score. So that's the is that you can come in and you can easily come in and add even one account and it gets you excellent credit scores. And here's why. Because Experian, 85% of the score is based on payment history. And so because of that, you add one account paid as agreed, that bumps you all the way up to a good score. So they'll give you a failing score if you have no credit, but if you have one account added, it can take you from failing to great score. So you want to make sure that you're doing that. Now you're adding at least one account. You're going to start building your business credit so you can then make sure that you can add those accounts and get what you need to do, okay? So that gets your score from this 27 to 29 range up to this 85, 100 range, and you can do that in about 30 days as long as you get accounts that report to Experian. So let's look at Equifax here. So Equifax, okay, Equifax.com, you can go to sb.econsumer@equifax.com. So what they're going to basically do is banks are usually who's using Equifax. Banks. So if you're going to apply for credit at a bank, this is going to matter. Now, they're the least important. Dun & Bradstreet's about 10 times bigger than Experian Commercial, so they are the major player. They are a big player, and Equifax is a very small player in the business space, but banks use them, so you need to focus on them, okay? It's very important because Equifax Commercial is often used for loan approval decisions. And your profile and score is also used into the FICO SBSS score, which is used for SBA loan approval. If you ever want an SBA loan, you got to work on this guy here. So what's the process? Go to creditsuite.com/reports. Remember, not reporting, reports. Okay. You want to go and do that free search to look to see if you have trade lines reporting. So let's go ahead. I'm going to show you what it looks like. Ken, Credit Suite is sharing great information. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate the feedback. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to go ahead and go to creditsuite.com/reports, and I'm going to show you exactly what this looks like. So let's go ahead. Let's go to the internet. Okay, so here we go. We're going to go to Equifax, creditsuite.com/reports. We're going to go right here. We're going to click on Equifax. We're going to do our free search to see what they know about us. Find a company, big button here. Okay, and then I'm going to come in and I'm going to just type in the name. Now remember, I don't need to enter any of this information. Now I'm going to take it all out just so I can show you how this works. Anybody can access your business credit report with two pieces of information: your business name and the actual state that you're in. If they possess no other information about your business, I'm still able to come in and be able to pull your business credit report. That's why I'm taking all this out. I want to show you. I got a business name, I got a state. I'm going to do a search. Now remember, what's going to happen here is something's going to pull up, and you can see that the address, the business pulled up. Now this isn't our address, so we'd have to get that fixed. And we can also see sometimes the number of trades. Now what's happening here with Equifax, Equifax has two different accounts. I can tell right now, we don't have 3 trades with Equifax, we have a lot more. So that means that they have 2 separate credit profiles for us. I can tell that they have this one, which is an old mailing address, and then I've got to contact them right now. I can see based on this problem to let them know that our current address is our main one and have them merge the reports. But you see what I'm looking at. Now what they're doing here is they're giving a company name, the address, and they're giving the number of trades. So what happens here is one of two things happen. Remember, nothing is going to pull up. 0, no record pulls up. You're good, you're golden. They don't know you exist, you're good. Okay. Second thing that happens is that something pulls up and it says they know you exist, but you have 0 trade lines. That's a problem. Just like with Experian, they'll give you a failing profile and score even if you have no credit. Okay. The third option is you have trade lines, and in option 2 or 3, you still want to pull your business credit report. You need to see what these guys know. Look, Experian and Equifax will populate or create a business credit report for you if they know your business name, your business address, and what they call one piece of demographic information, such as the number of employees you have or your SIC code. They get both of those from the Secretary of State. So when you file annual reports with your Secretary of State, they get that data, and then they populate and create the credit report. So you got maybe 1 year in business. The minute you file your annual reports, it's over, it's done. Then Equifax and Experian have enough data to populate a report and score, and you need to focus on building the business credit, or as you just saw, that report and score is not going to be good. So we've got to do that back. Okay, so remember, we got to pull that. We got to look for trades reporting, okay? If we have those reporting, then what we want to do is we want to go and get credit monitoring. Now, we don't currently work with Equifax Credit Monitoring. You can go to them directly, but it's only about $20 a month to do so. Remember, you can have a bad score with 0 trades, but here's the great thing. Just like with Experian, one account, takes you from bad to good. You just need one account reporting. And there's a lot of people that report to Experian and Equifax. So right now, as we wrap up, I'm going to give you 3 different ways to get accounts reporting to the reporting agencies. 1, use vendors. Uline and Quill are my favorite. They are so easy to get approved with. They sell office supplies, shipping supplies, all kinds of stuff that you need. That's the first way. Go get vendors, put stuff in your cart, go to checkout, tell them you want to be invoiced, and if they tell you they can't give you credit, then buy one more time and they'll approve you, or they'll approve you on round one. Okay. Second way to do this. If you have good credit, there's something called unsecured business financing. You could get credit lines for about up to 150 grand based on personal credit that report to the business credit reporting agencies. So vendor credit, there's no credit check. You can get it no matter how bad your credit is. The unsecured business financing, you need to have good credit. And you can go to creditsuite.com/get funding to get approved. So either one of those will give you accounts on your business credit reports. Now, tell you a new way to do it. It's brand new. It's in beta. It's at creditsuite.com/advanced. Advanced. ADVANCED. This is a brand new way to build business credit that we are testing right now. It gives you the ability to take utilities you already have, cell phone you already have, existing other accounts you already have, add them to Credit Safe and add them. So it gives you the ability to actually take existing accounts you already have and add them to your Experian business credit report, including utility accounts. So this radically helps you build business credit that way. So I give you 3 different ways you can add some trades on your reports to make sure that Equifax and Experian don't screw you over by giving you bad credit when you have no credit there. We want to help you get credit to make sure that credit is good, okay? So that being said, Ken, we're not pulling reports. I don't have this ability. Once Experian realized that we're in the reporting agencies, I was just pulling up past reports, not new ones. Michael says, I forgot to pay my annual report for this year and last year, and now my company shows dissolved with the Secretary of State. You're probably done. In that case, you're probably not going to be able to renew that, but it's different in state by state. So check with your Secretary of State so they can give you more information on them. Sorry to hear that happen. Okay, Michael, and I'm not able to open new accounts because of that. Yeah, because your business doesn't exist. It's shut down. So you either have 2 choices. You either need to set up a new business, which may be cheaper for you, or you need to pay what's past due and possibly get them to renew the business. Depending on the state, I don't know if that's an option. You have to go to the Secretary of State and they'll figure that out. So hopefully that helps you. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap up. In this video, we've went through everything you need to know. The incredibly easy way to set up profiles with these guys. We talked about doing a search with Dun & Bradstreet. We talked about getting your DUNS number. We talked about doing your search with Experian and Equifax. We talked about what your credit profiles look like even if you have no credit. We even talked about how to easily add it, 3 different ways to add credit to make sure we take it from bad to good. Remember to get monitoring for only $24, creditsuite.com/monitoring. Okay, creditsuite.com/advanced will get you that new feature where you can add items to Credit Safe and Experian. You can add unlimited accounts to Experian and Credit Safe. You can get Credit Safe, Experian, and Dun & Bradstreet credit monitoring, all that for $99 a month. To give you an idea, to just get Dun & Bradstreet credit monitoring is $150, to give you an idea. So that should help you there too, okay? And anything else we can do to help you along the way, let me know. Okay, if you go to facebook.com/credit suite and you go into Messenger and just type in EIN, the letters EIN, you'll get a free guide about building business credit, and I'll let you know when we go live every week with more training. Well, we go live every Wednesday at 4. Here's what's to come. The remarkable truth about SBA loans. We're going to map out everything you need to know about SBA loans. We're going to talk about 5 vendors that will help you build business credit. That's going to be happening in the weeks to come too. And we're going to be talking about the surprising truth of where the credit reporting agencies find your information. These are going to be we'll be covering over the next few weeks. So if you go to facebook.com/credit suite, go into Messenger, type EIN, you get an awesome free guide. And then you'll also be notified when we go live every week so you can get notified of those trainings as well. Thanks for tuning in. I will see you next Wednesday at 4 o'clock Eastern, where we are going to be diving in. Let me see here. Next week, our topic will be on the remarkable truth about SBA loans. So I'm going to map everything out to make sure you understand exactly what it takes to qualify for an SBA loan. We are crushing it with these right now. We're getting a lot of people SBA loans right now. It's a lot easier than what a lot of people think and what I even thought at one point in time. But there's stuff you need to know. We're going to be talking about that next Wednesday at 4 o'clock Eastern. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Thanks for the likes. Thanks for the comments. Thanks for the shares. That's what gets more people to see this so we can help more entrepreneurs get money to do awesome things. If there's anything we can do to help along the way, let us know. 877-600-2487. That's 877-600-2487. Thanks. Have a great day.